Hey, and welcome to my channel. My name is Heather, and this is the Fluffy Oracle. So today's pick a card is going to be kind of a mystery topic. We're going to read and see what exactly the cards have to say and tell us. And we're going to get you an overview of the situation as to whatever the reading pertains to for your pile. And then we are going to figure out the lessons behind it and then the shadow aspects of those lessons. And then we are going to get you some overall guidance on how to help you through these lessons to better serve you and to help get rid of whatever it is that you need to release, and also some overall guidance to help you to move on. So your choices today are the Ocean Organic Vodka bottle, the Outer Space Vodka bottle, or the Tequila Skull bottle. So pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. Take as much time as you need. Feel free to go ahead and pause the video at any time while you hear me rambling right now. We're also going to get you some ending messages from the Rebel deck and the messages from the Guides Oracle deck as kind of like just like an extra bit of guidance there for you, and some kind of kick you in the butt guidance that might be really funny, might not be really funny. Who knows? We'll get there. We'll get through it. And I'm just rambling. So, timestamps will be down below for your convenience in the description box, as well as any affiliate links for these decks in case you want to add to your wonderful deck collections if you like these cards. And also, timestamps will be down in the first comment for my mobile users, and I will see you at your pile. Alrighty, so for my loves who chose pile number 1, let's see what we get with this. So for these cards down here, these are going to be a general overview of your entire situation. These will be the lessons that you're learning and releasing, the shadow aspects, and the deeper meanings of those lessons. And then these will be some extra guidance and expansion for the entire reading. So with the first card, it says, I find a deeper meaning and personal growth amid the discomfort. So with this, I feel like you've been going quite through the dark night of the soul recently, especially with this passing blood full moon. The passing super blood moon eclipse and all that stuff. I'm just like, I can't even say it anymore. It's like bleh, word vomit with the title, because it's so long and there's like so many different ways that people call it. I'm just like, I don't even know anymore. I'm confused. Thanks. But anyway, I digress. I feel like you've done a lot of soul searching and a lot of deep personal growth with this. And then we have, when I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real. So with this, I feel like you've definitely grown quite the wiser, and you've become finally able to have a stronger peace of mind because you've learned quite a lot of lessons over these past few weeks and past few days with all these crazy energies that have been going up and down for those of you who have been having quite the time lately. And then we have, I choose to learn through love. So with this, I feel like what's gotten you through this is being able to have compassion not only for yourselves, but for those around you, and for seeing things from a higher perspective and learning to love and let go for what no longer serves you. And then we have, my vibes speak louder than my words. I feel like you've gained such tremendous transformation with this and had quite the raising of your vibration, and you've finally been able to get above all these clouds and kind of clear your mind once and for all with what's been going on, and kind of clear out the clutter and the emotionalness that no longer serves you. You have what it takes. Always follow your heart unless it's been broken. Then you must lead it back into love, the universe. P.S. Did you know that hearts are never too big to mend, too small to rebound, or too tired to love again? So with this, I feel like no matter how much you've been through, you have the strength to get through all of it, no matter what, whether it's now or in the future, and you've had the strength all along. You're just finally figuring it out for some of you and discovering that you do have what it takes to make it through, no matter what's been thrown at you. And you've come quite the long way. And then we have turn your love light on, or turn on your love light. Same thing, whatever. Sometimes the best way to remain sane is to love like crazy. Works for me, the universe. So with having this compassion for everything and for yourself, most of all, with love, and the unconditional love that you've been showing yourself as well as others, I feel like it's definitely helped you to raise your vibration that much further and to finally discover a lot of transformation in others as well that are around you, and the fact that you helped them transform into these wonderful human beings that are around you and that are finally vibrating at kind of like almost the same level as you. And you've manifested those as well that are new people coming into your life because they vibrate at the same level as you do. There's a deeper reason for each of your questions. Seek it. Guidance, attention, help, maybe. Love always. Criticism never. The question was, what to give others, if anything at all? Isn't it fun being you, the universe? So with this, you've been doing more soul searching than anything else lately and asking yourself all these questions like, why is this happening? What am I doing? How am I calling this in? Where is this coming from? Why do I keep feeling this way? Why do I keep going through this? Why do I keep learning the same lessons? Why do I keep running into the same people over and over and over? And you've been asking yourself these questions and going within and figuring out those answers finally with all of this soul searching and soul seeking is what I get. So let's see what the lessons are that you're releasing. We have softly, softly, the tender touch. So with this card, I think this is an absolutely beautiful card. I feel like you've been able to finally speak your truth and to release and say what needs to be said and to let those emotions finally out and release those so that you can continue to follow your intuition and open up and have that higher guidance and to be a clear channel for spirit to come through. And I feel like with all of that compassion and that love that's been coming through that you've been kind of focusing on in order to channel all of this, I feel like it's helped you to become more open, especially in your crown chakra and in your third eye, and be able to see things for what they are and finally, be intuitively guided to do what you need to do and say what you need to say. And then we have big, bold vision. So with this, I feel like you've definitely been quite the busy bee because I'm quite attracted to this with meditation and trying to get back into alignment with yourself and your greatest and highest good. And also getting back into kind of like bringing about the highest version of yourself, basically becoming your higher self and living your best life and also fulfilling your life purpose. And I feel like you are definitely coming into being a master of all of this at one time, and you are absolutely beautiful with it and radiating all that love and light out. And then we have, what do you feel? So with this card, I feel like you've been learning how to go within and feel like where all of these things are coming and answer those questions and being able to connect all the dots and see just how much your outer world is also reflected on your inner world and vice versa. So with this, I feel like even though everything may seem like a juggling act to keep things in a proper balance, I feel like you're definitely working very hard to get everything perfect and the way it needs to be for you anyways, and in your mind, and also being able to feel out your intuition and being intuitively guided in the right direction. I'm like, is there anything else I get? I also feel like you've also been able to see how everything is connected synchronistically as well with this. And then we have trust yourself. You've been learning so much finally to trust your intuition and letting it guide you that it's leading you and led some of you into some immense transformation and becoming one with like spirit and nature. And I feel like you are very well connected with animals and you kind of have that sixth sense, almost, what I got, with being able to communicate with your pets and other animals around you, even if you don't have pets. I feel like you kind of just intuitively know. And some of these animals that you've been seeing or other creatures like bugs or butterflies are also symbols and also messages for you to kind of like look up and understand, especially as kind of like signs from your guides and angels as well around you. So let's see what the shadow aspects of those lessons are. So we have fulfillment. The shadow aspect is not overindulging for this one. You're fulfilled, but don't overindulge is what they're saying. Kind of like hone it in a little bit and don't overdo it. Just take your fill and be satisfied with that. And then we have movement. You've had all of these things have been happening in order to move you forward and propel you forward more on your journey and your life path is what I get with this. Even though things have been complicated, because we have the complicated card, you're able to still see clearly and to follow your intuition a lot more clear than what you were before. And we have Grove. So with this, I feel like doing all of this, going within and being within solitude and kind of meditation and kind of being like hermit mode has helped you to bring all of this about and have all that wonderful transformation and helped you to kind of put things into a different, higher perspective and to finally kind of like analyze and compartmentalize what needs to go, what needs to stay, and what you want to expand upon. So what's the guidance that we can give you? We'll get to these in a minute. We have balancing act. So with this card, they're asking you to have more balance between head and heart and to finally be able to kind of like get more into your heart space, because I feel like you've been able to go within so much that you're finally able to listen to your heart and have your heart catch up basically with your mind and to have that equal give and take in your life. And then we have goblins. The goblins card is all about kind of like exploring the darker side and the shadow aspects of things and doing a lot of shadow work. And I feel like you've done a lot of that shadow work and been able to bring a lot of that back out to the light in order to finally figure things out and have transformation with it and then go on to the next step in your life purpose. And then we have rescue. You've basically saved yourself all the heartache and pain by going with the flow and also kind of avoided being stuck in a troublesome spot is what I get with this. Especially because you've been able to see things from a higher point of view and an aspect and able to analyze everything a little bit deeper and a lot more in detail and in depth is what I get as well with that. And then we have sad embrace. Even though some things that have fallen away that you were truly attached to and loved, it was necessary. Even though it makes you feel kind of like heartache and lack, I promise you it was most necessary, because those things were kind of holding you back instead of letting you vibrate at a higher rate and to truly get what you deserve and finally having that fulfillment in your life, emotionally and as well as physically and mentally. I feel like it was definitely holding you back for whatever it was that needed to be released and that was released. So we have love. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. Lots and lots of love. You've learned to use the power of love to help you heal and to help you move forward and to help you have that transition and to have that unconditional love that you've been desiring and needing for yourself as well as for others. So way to go. That's fantastic work. Keep, using the practice of love and unconditional love to help you continue to move forward. And then we have patience. I accept that everything happens in divine order. You've been very patient with this. And it's also something that you've learned over this entire time, is to have the patience in order to deal with things and in order to get through things, because things do happen in their divine own timing as well. So that's another lesson that you've learned and been able to conquer, is being able to have patience with everything. And then we have envy. I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. You've learned to see yourself in others, and they're asking you to continue to being able to see yourself in others and to have that unconditional love and gentleness towards them, so that way that you can continue to learn their lessons that they are teaching you as well, instead of seeing yourself in a state of lack all the time. Alrighty? So you've definitely undergone quite a lot of transformation, and you're still undergoing transformation regardless. Everyone is at all times. But you've done a lot of the shadow work in order to come and start working on what stuff is in the light as it is now. And you've been paying attention to your intuition very well. And your guides absolutely commend you for this. And I feel like they are trying to get your attention and saying, Way to go. Great job. Especially with all the repeating numbers and all these signs and synchronicities over here with the animals. If you've been seeing a lot of animals or certain bugs lately, those are your signs. Those are your messages. So whichever things have been repeating for you, feel free to definitely go ahead and look those up on Google and figure out what the deeper meaning is for you and what those things mean for you. These are your messages. I do hope that you enjoyed them, and I will see you at the end for the Rebel Deck messages. Alrighty, so for my loves who chose pile number 2, the Alien Vodka. Let's see what we have for you. These messages down here are going to give us an overview of the entire reading and to help us figure out what's going on with the rest of the cards. These over here are going to be some lessons and things for your situation that no longer serve you and that you've learned from or are continuing to learn. These will be the shadow aspects of all of those lessons and the entire reading. And then these over here will be some extra guidance and hopefully some extra expansion and some help for the entire reading. So let's see what we have for the first card. My happiness is a direct reflection of my level of faith in the universe. So with this, I feel like with everything that's been going on with these past few days to a couple weeks, with all this full moon energy, with that super moon eclipse, or super blood moon eclipse, excuse me, I feel like it's helping you to blend things together and put things together as well with all the lessons that you've been learning and all of these emotions that you've been going through, and helping to kind of like clear up any like foggy headedness and understanding finally exactly what it is deep within you that might be bothering you that needs to be purged or released. And then we have, I surrender to a power greater than me. So with this, once you surrender, you end up having massive transformation and finally being able to have that ripple effect and synchronistic moments that kind of like flow into each other and finally answer all those questions that you've been trying to figure out within, especially with your emotions lately, and as to why you feel that way and what's been coming up and needing to be released. When I lean toward love, I am led. So with this, I feel like the more you kind of basically send love not only to yourself but out into the universe, everything starts to connect synchronistically and kind of starts to lead to one thing to another, which leads you through these lessons and kind of like step by step goes one by one, and you get all of the answers that you have been most seeking. But it's calling for you to have a lot more love and compassion, not only just for yourself, but for those around you as well, in order to help yourself out with these lessons. I always trust the direction of the universe and know I am being guided. So with this, the dragonfly is kind of like going into the unknown and seeing the mysticism behind it, because that is the universe's way of trying to get your attention, especially if you see dragonflies here and there. I know for myself, I've seen quite a few. I kind of have one hanging over there because for me, it's exploring the unknown and seeing the beauty in it and understanding it and living it out through the journey and kind of like appreciating all of that. That's what it means for me. What it means for you may be something completely and totally different. Prepare to be astounded. Ooh, that sounds kind of fun. Send them love, wish them peace, see them happy. Everyone, always, forever. And prepare to be astounded. The universe. P.S. Oh man. And will you ever become a big-time manifester? So with this, with all this transformation, it's asking you to be prepared for and expect the unexpected, and to be kind of surprised with everything that you find and learn. And I feel like these are going to be some very successful and happy surprises for some of you out there. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but I feel the need to tell you that it's definitely something great that's coming in for you, and that is a total, complete shock, but it's going to be absolutely amazing and awesome for you. Those you love, love you. To be beautiful in the eyes of another, simply forget they're watching. Tally-ho, the universe. Remember, you are uniquely you, and you are uniquely beautiful, one and the same. And I feel like there is no other person out there that is like you, so please stop comparing yourself to others and wishing you had what they had, because honestly, I sometimes feel like they look back at you and wish the same thing. because we never know what somebody else has, and they could have it worse than us. They could have it easier than us. We don't know that. They could be lacking in something that we are absolutely abundant in, for all we know. So remember to love yourself and know that everyone loves you in return just as much for being uniquely you. No two flowers are the same, yet all are beautiful in their own way. What was I just saying? You're uniquely you. You're uniquely beautiful. You're the only one of you that is out there. No one can be you, and no one can do what you do and be better at it than you. Make sense? Comparisons are odious because they presume all other things are equal, which is never the case between me and you, the universe. So with this, revel in your unique beauty, revel in your unique self, and love yourself for who you are and what you are, and celebrate that so that you can bring it out more. So let's see what these lessons are and things that you may be releasing. We have visions of life beyond death. So with this, I feel like you've been going within and getting that higher wisdom, knowledge, and answers from your guides. And I feel like you've been picking up on the messages that they've been putting in front of you, and you've been finally able to see them. And I feel like some of you are also having your third eye open quite slowly, but it is opening, and you're finally able to see the beautiful beauty in the universe and how things are divinely connected. And I get that you guys have been downloading messages like crazy as well with that. In the world, not of the world. I feel like you guys are learning to finally go with the flow and see the beauty in the journey, and being able to just move through this swimmingly and beautifully. Sacred Fool. So with this, I feel like everything is connected with a new beginning for you. And I feel like even though things may make you kind of feel naked and afraid, I feel like you're not the puppet, you are the puppet master. You are in charge of your life. No matter how silly it may get, no matter how funny it may sound, you are the master of your life. You are the one who creates everything and who connects everything to everything else. You are the one who asks for these synchronicities. And you're finally learning that. Spirals of manifestation. I feel like a lot of you have been working on your manifestation quite a lot and learning how things are connected, especially with thoughts and words, and how it affects everything in the meantime and in the process of it, because it ripple effects out. When you say negative things or when you have a negative mindset of lack, you're finally figuring it out and putting two and two together and connecting that and kind of reversing that effect so that you can manifest properly. So these are definitely something you've been learning, and I feel like it's very awesome. So let's see the shadow aspects or the deeper meanings of those. So we have rigid. You're learning not to be so harsh or speak so harsh of others, and you're also learning how to get out of your own way instead of blocking yourself off and cutting yourself off from your manifestations and from the rest of the world. Loyalty. With this, I feel like you've been taking a lot of pride in yourself and remaining true to yourself and being honest and open with everything as well as with yourself and others. And then we have summon. You've been manifesting beautifully and you've been practicing daily is what I get with this. And I feel like you have the magic touch is what I get with this, because I'm really attracted to her finger and all the little magic sparklies that are coming out of that. We have vision. So with this, I feel like some of you have been getting some visions lately or been seeing things in your dreams that have been kind of like deja vu moments, especially around this time of the full blood moon with this eclipse, because it's been it's the super blood moon, super blood wolf moon, or whatever you guys want to call it. Same thing. There's lots of different names lately. But regardless, this cycle of the moon phase that everyone's been going through, I feel like you guys have been more open to spirit and psychically inclined, especially with the veil being a little bit thinner is what I feel with this, and been able to finally get your visions, understand them, and also dream journaling is what I get with this. You've been seeing things in your dreams and you've been writing them down and finally figuring out the answers and understanding what your dreams are finally starting to tell you, or what they have been telling you, even if they've been repeating. So let's see what the expansion guidance is as well. So we have heal the ouch. With this, I feel like learning all of these things lately has been helping you to heal the past and any regrets, and to finally be able to move forward, and as well as helping you heal others around you because of the effects that have been going on. And some of you, I feel, are actually energetic healers, and you don't even realize that you're an energetic healer, and you've been doing it unconsciously. One ring circus. You're not alone. You're unique, but you're not alone. So remember that. What you basically like attracts like is what I get with this. And having a higher vibration is going to attract those who are of like vibration into you. So try and focus on, being able to be okay with kind of being alone for a little bit and kind of like unique and by yourself. But at the same time, know that you aren't alone. You truly aren't, because there's tons of us out here in the world. You just got to look and open your eyes. The one thing that I heard in my head, and it's what a friend used to always say to me, is, look, use your eyes, damn it. I can't help it. It was the only thing that popped into my mind was look and use your eyes next time. And then we have education. With this, you've learned quite a lot. You've come very far, and you're still learning, because life is definitely a journey and an education in itself, because we're all here to learn. I feel like you've been doing a lot of reading and a lot of studying, especially on the laws of attraction and manifestation. Keep going. There's so much information out there. It's absolutely abundant in information, and it'll help kind of clear up any kind of like misunderstandings and cloudedness, so that you can have a clearer understanding of things. And then we have commitment. With this, I feel like some of you who have raised your vibration so high, you are drawing in someone who is an absolute soulmate of yours and has been wanting and longing to have connection with you as well. Although I feel like you're not going to see this coming, and that it's going to be a surprise, because they're going to come out of nowhere when you're not really paying attention, and when you're pretty much happy with where you are in life. They will finally plop into your lap, and you will make the connection, and it will be a divinely timed connection by spirit. So, we have health. I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. So with this, I feel like you've been paying attention to all your mental and emotional health is what I get with this. And they're asking you to continue to paying attention to this and watching how you feel, so that you can practice your manifestation a little bit easier and a little bit better, because the more you stay in a higher positive state of mind and a higher vibration, the easier and better off you will be with your manifestation. We have friendship. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. So if there's somebody that's been annoying you, they're there for a reason. They're reflecting to you what it is that you find probably annoying about yourself. So look at that and see what in you is kind of the same like-mindedness that you may not like or dislike. Same thing. Like, dislike, whatever. You know where I'm going with that. Anyways, see what commonness that you have in you with that, and then work on that and take that from the lesson in order to bring that into kind of like perspective and to change it, and then to work on it and heal it. And then we have guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. So whatever it is that you feel kind of regret or guilty about, release those things so that they no longer have a hold on you, and so that you can vibrate higher, because you've learned those lessons. There's nothing to feel guilty about. There's nothing to feel regret about it. It is what it is. It's done. It's over with. Give it love and release. So these are your messages. I do hope that they resonated and that you enjoyed this reading, and I will see you guys at the ending messages for the Rebel deck. And for those of you who choose to skip it because of the profanity, I will see you guys next video. Alrighty, so for my loves who picked pile number 3, the tequila shot bottle, let's get this going. So these cards down here are going to be an overall general view for what the other cards are. These over here are lessons that you are learning and releasing at this time. These will be the shadow aspects of those lessons. and the deeper meanings behind them. And then these cards over here are going to be some extra guidance and some expansion into the entire reading for you. So let's see what we have. The moment I embrace my peace within and surrender the outcome is the moment that the universe can truly get to work. So with this, surrender to the universe is what's being asked of you. And learning how to surrender to the universe and basically give it over to God or the universe or the divine or however it is that you choose to see things. Letting it go and going with the flow and surrendering is what's being asked of you in order to have peace of mind and in order to let the universe and the divine do their job and do their work behind the scenes. And to give you kind of like a little bit of a break. The key to prayer is to forget what I think I need. That's a conundrum if I ever saw one. I'm like, so with this, I feel like once you ask for something or pray for something, release that and let it go. And then kind of like let the universe do its thing is what I'm getting with this. So basically, ask for what you need, pray about for what you need, and then release it and let it go and let the universe do its thing. Basically. And also to let the universe bring you what it is that you actually really need in its place. Because I guarantee you it's not going to be what you asked for. Unless by some stroke of luck it is exactly what you just asked for. Because it would be actually what you really needed at that time. But most of the time the universe is going to give you what you most need at the time. And it will be always for your greatest and highest good. And that's the lesson that it's called for to learn. Happiness is my birthright. Basically, they are saying what I get with this and what pops into my mind is the Be Happy Now card from the Archangel Michael deck. Because when you're happy now and in the moment, the universe tends to want to bring you more of that. And is because you're not focusing on like you're happy and you're content with where you are with things in life, and it's able to help propel you forward as well, especially because that happiness is your birthright. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to be in your full glory and have all of your dreams and wishes come true. Oop. Through prayer and meditation, I create a ripple effect of peace in the world. So with this, I feel like having that higher state of mind and going within and sorting things out and kind of keeping a more positive mind and open mindset to everything will cause a ripple effect in your world and cause your vibration to raise. And it'll cause the universe around you and your world around you to basically mirror that and bring you more of the good stuff, is what I get. Most people are just trying to survive. Excuse me. Just remember, most people are so beguiled by your charm, awed by your confidence, and inspired by your choices. They simply forget to say thank you, please, and I love you like crazy. As often as they feel the urge, let's not be one of those people. Thank you, please, I love you like crazy. The universe. So with this, I feel like they're asking you to stay present and aware of what others are doing for you and as well as yourself for others. And to kind of not have that mindset where, okay, I did this for you, now I expect something in return, because that's a mindset of lack. So they're asking you to kind of step outside of that and kind of basically give without the expectation of receiving in return, because I promise you, when you give without the expectation of receiving in return, you'll get something back so much greater and tenfold is what I get with this. Karma is on your side. If you could read all the minds that I read, hear all the prayers that I hear, and beat all the hearts that I beat, I wonder if you'd even believe how often you're thought of, talked about, and fallen in love with. It's payback time. Andale, andale, the universe. So, with this, is exactly what I was just saying before. Once you are able to give openly and freely without the concept of, okay, I gave you something, I want something in return. Without that mindset, an expectation of receiving in return, that is your karma. It will come back to you tenfold because you were able to finally give without feeling a sense of lack. And that is what is really on your side. Love is never in vain. So remember, all that you do is not in vain or worthless or a waste of time, is what I get with that. As soon as I read that is exactly what I got. When you finally see what this whole time-space thing is all about, you're going to laugh, you're going to cry, and you're going to be so happy you loved as much as you did. Dotingly, the universe. So, give without the expectation of receiving. Know that your efforts are not in vain, and that even if it takes a long amount of time or something, for something to come back your way, it's okay. Forget about what you've done. Release it. Let it go. Give it to God and let the universe in order for them to return to you what you've just given out. Because even if it takes time, and sometimes it does, that's a lesson to be learned, because they're asking you to learn that lesson of giving without the expectation of receiving in return. And they're kind of drilling it over and over with this, is what I get. So let's see what the lessons are. Shock of the new. So with this, I feel like what you put out, you will receive in return. So remember, whatever it is that you're putting out there is going to come back at you at some point. One way or another, it's going to come back because it's all connected. So don't be shocked if something, you put out there was kind of negative, that it comes back your way in a different type of form, but it does come back. So try and remember to be mindful of what it is that you're saying and what it is that you're doing and what it is that you're putting out there into the universe so that it can come back to you in a better way. After the storm. Because everything is connected, it's teaching you this wise lesson, and you're finally being able to see how all things are connected, and how it is, how everything affects you. For whatever it is that you say and do, it comes back towards you, and vice versa, and how it affects the outer world as well. What is already within you? So with this, hang on, I need a second with this. With learning that everything is connected and all this transformation, it's helping you in order to release what no longer serves you, and it's helping you to have that change of mindset and helping you to transform into something better and to be able to be more connected and at one with yourself and at peace with yourself, as well as with the universe, because of everything being connected. And it's taught you to open up and release and let the universe do its job in order to bring you what you most need and what's for your greatest and highest good as well with that. The world wants to be written. Whatever you put out into the universe, make sure it's what you want to come back to you, and tenfold if it's something even better than what you would ever even dream of or expect. So brings me right back to giving without expectation. Put things out into the universe without the expectation of them coming back to you. But whatever it is you're putting out there into the universe, you better make damn sure that it's positive. Because if it's not, you know what's going to happen. It's going to come back to you and it's going to bite you in the ass. Just saying. Whether you write it, say it, text it, listen to it, think it, that is everything that you're putting out there into the universe. And that is what's bringing this transformation in. And once you put those things out into the universe, they get transformed into whatever it is that needs to be transformed into, whether it be for the greatest and highest good for others or for yourself. Those things are going out there into the universe, and they're coming back to you as something else for what you most need, especially lessons. And some of them can be pretty harsh, is what I get with this. But they are all in alignment with everything that is going on within you. So let's see what the shadow aspects are. High Priestess of Water. Whatever you're feeling emotionally is what's connected with all of this that's being put out there into the universe. However it is you're feeling is what's being mirrored back to you. So pay attention to how it is you're feeling right now and try and put that into a more positive aspect and kind of feel happy now. Release whatever no longer serves you, whatever sadness, release it, send it with love, kiss it to God, and let it go. So that it can be transmuted and turned into something better and come back to you as something better with the love that you actually really need, especially with love for yourself. Wishing. Think about what it is that you most want and desire, and go within and feel what it is within you that's making you feel this way, and desiring what it is that you're desiring and feeling and hoping and wishing for. Think about those and then kind of think, is that what I really want? Is that what I truly wish for? And if it's not, and it feels kind of like, then it's really not for your greatest and highest good. It's not really what you want. And it needs to be changed and transmuted into something else what you truly, really feel that you want. But it's going to take a lot of deep diving and soul searching for that. And a lot of inner reflection. We have playful. Treat it like a game. Play a game with manifestation. Start with something little and see how it goes. See how it comes back to you. Pay attention to everything. And then from there, take it a little further. Make it something bigger. And then continue on from that into bigger and bigger and bigger. Play with it like it's a game. They're asking you to kind of toy with the law of manifestation with this and have a childlike mindset to it with the exploration of it. And that way it'll kind of like teach you how everything is connected in the long run. And then we have strength. You do have the inner strength to do this. And they're also asking you to be grounded when you do this. With the law of manifestation, make sure that you're fully grounded in order to achieve this, and in a firm state of mind that it is what you truly and deeply want. Because if it's not, it's going to come back as something else that was deeper rooted. So they're asking you basically to stay very mindful and aware of everything. So I'm going to start with these since they wanted to fall. Field of Dreams. Sky's the limit with this, especially with the law of manifestation, and kind of tinkering around with it a little bit and kind of seeing what comes into fruition and what kind of ideas you can basically birth with this, because I'm really attracted to the eggs in this. We have Wishing Well. Once you put your intentions out there, let them be kind of like when you're throwing a penny into the wishing well. You're basically throwing out your intention and your wish and your prayer into the water, and you're forgetting about it and letting it be and letting the universe do its thing. That's basically the whole entire concept of doing this, even though you're not really throwing a coin into the water or whatever like a wishing well. It's just the concept that they're asking you to hold in your mind and kind of visualize when you're putting your intentions out there and when you're, trying to manifest these things into your life, whatever it is that you so desire and want. And then we have making a choice. So with this, there's definitely a choice that needs to be made of what it is that you truly want and what it is that you think you truly want. That's the decision, and that's the choice that it's going to come down to with this. Whether you go right or left. Yeah, I don't know my right from my left today, apparently. But that's the decision, that's the mindset, that's the kind of like the gist of what it's trying to get you to pay attention to, and to focus on what it is that you truly want instead of what you think you want. Slow and steady. Taking things slow and at a moderation type of pace is going to be what's called for at this time, because it's going to be a slow going process, I promise you. But it will work out in time, and it will get there in time. It just takes a little bit of time to get there, but a continuous effort nonetheless to push forward. Slow and steady wins the race, is what I get with that. And then we have self-esteem. I possess I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. So with this, pay attention to how it is that you're feeling on the inside and try and transmute that into something better so that you don't have such a feeling of lack or concentrating on that. Because remember, whatever it is you're thinking and whatever it is you're putting out there into the universe is what's going to be reflected back to you. And it can come back tenfold, I promise. And then we have happiness. I am aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. So focus on what brings you joy and what brings you love and what makes you feel good. And with holding those intentions, especially when you're trying to manifest, it will multiply that and kind of like spread it out, and it will kind of ripple effect out into the universe as, okay, let's give her more of that. Let's bring her more of this joy, or him more of this joy and this happiness and this love. And whatever it is that you're holding on to with that feeling and focusing upon with your intentions. Abundance. Couldn't even get any better with this. I am a limitless being and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. Yes, you can. We cannot stress that enough. Yes, you can. Because what you see and what you want is sometimes not always what you're going to get. Because it's on a deeper scale level. It's the subconscious level. It's the inner you. So a lot of inner work needs to be done with manifestation and meditation and the intentions and what you're focusing upon. So remember to focus on those happy thoughts, those happy memories, and what it is that you truly desire to feel. Alrighty. These are your messages. I do hope that they resonated and that you enjoyed this reading. And I will see you in just a sec for the Rebel Deck messages for those who choose to stick around and hang out with me a little bit longer and listen to my awesome little voice. I'm just kidding. Just saying. But anyways, I will see you next video for those who choose to skip the Rebel messages. Thanks and have a blessed one. Alrighty, it's Rebel Deck time. Yay! Had to be silly with that. Alrighty, so let's get into these Rebel Deck messages and see what else our guides have to say to us with these cheeky messages that they want to convey to us. Kind of felt like it would be kind of fun to do something cheeky with them today, so that is what we are doing. Gonna shuffle about 3 times and then we'll deal. One more. Yeah, that went well. So that's what we get for pile 1. Whoop. Okay, well, we'll take all 3 of those for 1, 2, and 3. And then we'll see what we get from our messages from the guides. One more. Whoop, that's 1. Okay, 2, 3. All right, so for pile 1, folks, we have some good shit is about to happen. Don't let your issues fuck it up. And then for correspondence, never judge another. So, all I hear is petty, petty, petty. Let's not be petty. So, when it says don't let your issues fuck it up, whatever it is, drop whatever that negative thought is and be open-minded to whatever the situation, whatever the person is saying, or whoever it is. Be a little bit more open-minded and open-hearted so that you can have beautiful transformation in the end and possibly make a friend or soulmate that you kind of never saw coming. Let the love in is what I hear. Anyway, what the hell are you waiting for? Get that shit done for pile number 2. If you are waiting for a sign, well, here it fucking is. Yeah, that's so accurate. Know your truth. So, you already know what it is, what you got to do, what you got to say, how it's got to be. You already know. But you need to be more honest with yourself and kind of face the music is what I get with this. So, you already know the deal. Stop procrastinating, get off your butt, and do it. For pile number 3, we have get the fuck out of your head. Get in your heart, it misses you. But I like staying in my head. It's kind of fun. I'm just saying. I like living in my own little world. Heatherland is where I live. Yes, that's my world. And then we have lead by example. So, get the lead out your butt, get it moving, get in that heart space, focus on love, and focus on releasing is what I get with this. And once you are able to lead by example, your manifestations will take off like a shot. I promise you. These are your manifestation messages? Yeah, manifestation messages. No, these are your messages. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing to my channel. And thank you for checking me out. I love you guys so much. And I will see you next video. Have a blessed one.